I'm just kidding. Played
Okay.
some Demon Souls remake on the PS5. Back at it. I
I-
am feeling to actually play it now
How are
after
you?
beating a few bosses.
How are you enjoying Demon Souls as far as comparatively to the original?
It's very hard game. I feel
Hmm.
like every other Souls game, you get more souls to work with for upgrading your character
Hmm.
earlier.
Hmm.
And in this one, it's been quite a struggle to amass souls, even from bosses. They only give like, I mean, so far only been like 10 to 30k each, or something around there. But yeah, it's been difficult. Probably
Cool.
yes. I think it was the original that was the only one that I actually played entirely through at least twice.
Mm.
New Game
Cool.
Plus maybe.
Nice.
So
Nice. Nice.
did not platinum it, but I
How
think I want
difficult
to
is that
platinum
platinum?
this one. It's
One and a
yeah,
half. Okay.
because it has to do with getting like world tendency, which is like it's like a thing that changes based on your actions while you're playing. Like if you kill certain NPCs or when you kill bosses, your tendency goes white, and if you let's say you die when you're in your human form, your tendency shifts towards black. If you die enough times in human form, you get pure black, and that'll change certain mini bosses appearing in the game, black phantoms, items, NPC quest lines, all that sort of stuff. Like right now, have a pure black tendency to try and farm a pure stone to fully upgrade my weapon, and it's got a super low drop rate. And the way to get there is very annoying, and then the enemy to kill is also very annoying. So I've lost about maybe 200, 300k souls just from dying.
I'm sorry, you said 200 or 300,000?
Yeah,
Mm.
because sometimes I die without getting my souls back, or sometimes I die um, like just trying to get the souls, or mistakenly die twice where I shouldn't be dying.
That's terrible. That is horrible.
Yeah, yeah. I did manage to get one of the stones though, super rare drop, but I did get one of them. Now I'm just trying to get another.
Hmm. Kevin, didn't you play Bloodborne and some of the Souls games?
I have.
What is your opinion on the new Demon Souls PS5 one?
Don't know.
Are you not interested to play it?
Nope.
Oh, okay, okay. So you just like Bloodborne and which Souls games did you play in the past?
I've played Dark Souls 2 after Scholar of the First Sin came out,
Okay.
because that apparently made like huge changes to everywhere in the game.
Mm.
I played Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne.
So you're just not interested in Demon Souls itself.
What?
You're not interested in Demon Souls itself.
No, not really. I also kind of like sort of played Dark Souls 1 and hated it.
Okay.
Um, Found it to just be too particular with things.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
like,
Okay.
oh, if you don't think like way outside the box and how to kill certain enemies, just freaking good luck. It's like, oh, okay, cool, yep.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I would have thought you would have been one to play Demon Souls, but I didn't realize you never played the original one or.
I know about the original one, and I'm sure
Hmm.
they, well, I hope they change things. But apparently, with Demon Souls, they never told you anything.
You just kind of figured your
about
way out.
anything in the game. No, oh, here's all your stats. Oh, cool. What do they mean? You figured it out. It's like, wait, what? That's not how it's supposed to work.
Nope, he can't.
Oh, you're super quiet.
Yep, super quiet. And now he's died. Rest in peace, Kevin.
Wait, is there a question for me?
Yeah. Question for you was
Sorry.
how playable it is. Is it to people who have not played the series before? Is it any different? Because Kevin's saying that they never taught you anything or told you what anything meant in the original. So is there any
Yeah.
difference now?
Uh, Not really. Honestly, I think this is very true to the original game. As far as like weapons are concerned, what you can do, who you can talk to get like miracles and cast spells and even world tendency, that thing's not explained at all. And I totally forgot about it when I started, so I already messed up certain things that I can't fix unless a Black Phantom invades and I kill him to bring it higher to get pure white world tendency. But that's just like one example of like very intricate things in this game that has not changed at all.
Hmm.
It's all pretty much true to the original, which I think is good for people who played the original and liked it, like myself. But if you're new, it's pretty hard to understand and know everything about the game and its mechanics.
Gotcha. Kevin, what you did last week?
What I did last week. Yeah, I did last week. Uh-oh. I know I played some Destiny. I played Saga Frontier Remastered.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, didn't you wasn't it the first week you had started playing that? Because I think on the last cast you were saying it's coming out tomorrow, right?
Yeah. Don't you
What are
worry. We get some
your
thoughts in. Hold
yeah.
on, hold the phone, hold the phone.
Yeah.
Played. Oh boy, is that it? Oh, boring week. Oh, I just started playing Pathfinder again because new league started on Friday. The new league is pretty cool. That's about it. There released some more information about Pathways Out 2 that I totally forgot about. So, yay. I don't remember what that was. But Saga Frontier Remastered is very good.
I'm sorry.
It's a very good game. And Dumb Kevin here forgot that RPGs of yore, you should have all kinds of different save files running. And I got into an area that is way beyond my level. And I can't get back out, so we gotta restart that game.
From the beginning?
But, yeah.
Oh damn.
Well, the beginning of this character storyline. It's not that far back.
Oh.
So, yeah, because Saga Frontier games? Yeah. Saga Frontier games, you're always playing from some protagonist's perspective, basically, and you play through, like,
Yeah.
their storyline, and there's a
Uh-huh.
whole bunch. And then if you meet certain requirements as you play through these different storylines, you unlock more people to play through. And I think this game has like 11, 12, something like that. um, it's a very fun game. Uh, the way they handle like leveling up and experience is great. I forgot all about like this stuff. I played the original game, but I don't remember anything until like I started playing the remaster. And I was like, oh yeah, that's right. That's how this is set up. Like, you don't get experience. It's kind of just like hidden from you, and your characters will gain stat points like every battle or every other battle in the areas that like help them continue to do what you're doing with them. So if you have people using spells, you'll get intelligence, concentration, charisma, um, and points to spend on casting spells. If you're using weapons, you'll get weapon points to use weapon skills. You'll get strength. You'll get constitution, things like this. What that means is that obviously your characters get powerful at a somewhat quicker rate than most RPGs, but all the battles scale to your relative power, except for bosses, which are like hard set in the game, which is usually where you get stuck, which is where I got stuck. Where you get to a boss and you're like, how come this thing doesn't die? And you look it up online and you're like, oh, that's how much hit points it has. I should not be here. um, but there's a lot of potential party members in the game too that if you don't talk to everybody, like whenever you complete something or move on to like the next story section, because like every time you get like call it like a quest update, I guess it'll add like another thing into the story of like what kinds of objectives you're working toward. Whenever you get new ones of those, you talk to everybody again, because getting that, learning about it, furthering it, whatever, could have triggered a new dialogue for a different character that might be like interested in that same thing and be like, hey, you're looking for this too? Cool, you want to join up? And you can have up to 15 party members at once.
Oh.
So, because you can split them into 3 teams. I don't know if that ever comes up, but
How do you control all those people if you split into 3 teams? How many? 5 people in each team?
yeah, you don't. I shouldn't say
You don't
that. I
control all
don't
of them, right? It's
remember.
just.
Yeah, I think you just control your main party. I don't
Oh, okay.
remember if you ever do like what Final Fantasy 3 did, where you have 3 parties in like a big
Yeah,
scenario.
that's still crazy. If you have 3 parties of
Um,
5 people each.
yeah, but like you can swap people in and out pretty much ad nauseum, and it really helps later on. Uh, no, I mean, it's a Japanese RPG. Pretty much how a lot of Japanese RPGs um, evolved. Like they came from games like Saga Frontier. So
What did that originally release on?
PlayStation 1 in
Oh,
1998.
okay. Okay. I didn't know where it was originally released because you said, "Oh, I played it
Yep.
back in the day." I was like, "What console did that come out on?"
Yep,
Cool.
PlayStation 1. Same with Saga Frontier 2. I really hope this game does well enough that they remaster the second one too, because it's so good.
You're so right with like other JRPGs actually getting influence from things like this. Like I know, and like Nier Automata and Nier Replicant is not a JRPG, but they took elements from there where like you control other characters, if you go through the game in a certain way, you can interact with characters in another way, and those characters when you play as them later, they get affected by the things you did originally or choices you made or things like that, and all these different
Hmm.
endings I think come out of that.
Yeah.
That for some reason when you mentioned all that, I just remembered Nier Automata. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Um, I like that stuff about Saga Frontier though. That's actually really cool.
But yeah,
Um,
so like Saga Frontier isn't like it's a long game, but it's not a long game. Like you're playing through multiple characters like storylines basically. So each character, some might be like short, and when you finish one, you're like, oh man, this game's like super short. Well, no, it's not, because you have all these other characters to do, and then you're gonna unlock more. So like, it's not one. I mean, it is technically one continuous story, because I'm pretty sure all the characters do intertwine with one another. But like, you're gonna be experiencing from multiple viewpoints, basically.
that is literally Nier Automata. It's
Yeah.
you go through all the different perspectives of different characters, and yeah, each story that each character has is it's not very short, but it's pretty short. Maybe like
Hmm.
5-6 hours, and then when you restart it and with a new character, they'll kind of continue where your original character, or if they go through their own story, you end up meeting your older character and going through a whole different avenue that you would have never gone through with that character.
Hmm.
But definitely, yeah, I understand how that works now that I'm putting that together with Nier Automata like that, because that's the only game that I've ever seen it done that way, and it seems familiar now when you say it like that.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I recommend. I think it was like $25. So thirty
Is that
dollars, something like
remastered
that.
now for PS4, or is
Yeah,
that just the original PS1 classic?
it's remastered for PS4.
Okay.
They didn't do like a ton, but like it's a lot prettier than it was.
Yeah, I think when you were streaming it the one day or share screening it, I when I saw it, I was like, okay. I mean, it doesn't look, yeah, it looks just little higher textures, things like that. Pretty much redone. I'm assuming the
Yep.
PS5 helps with upscaling as well. So
So it's upscaled. There's new content, which I don't remember what all that is, but they've added like I think at least one new whole character to play as. They've added cutscenes that were cut from the original game, and certain like areas I think too, like explorable areas and stuff. And then I don't remember if the original had a new game plus, but apparently this also has new game plus. So oh goodness. I don't know what New Game Plus entails with this, unless they're counting it as like starting new characters, but that's not New Game Plus by definition, so who knows. All that matters is I'm enjoying it. I recommend. Check it out. Z Jedi. Genesis Jedi.
oh, sorry, I muted myself by mistake. I apologize.
Yeah.
I was saying that having New Game Plus and something like that, it definitely. No, because I saw Desunoto. No. I saw Desunoto die, and then I relax yourself.
Relax yourself.
I have nothing in my. I have nothing right now. I just saw him die, and I said, "Oh, did he die?" And I muted myself for that by mistake. Don't slowly turn your head away from me. Anyway, what did you play? Yes. What else would I have done? Did you say Giuseppe popped up behind me? No.
Giovanni.
Sun Saturday.
Thunder Day? It's a Thunder Day. That's 15 hours into that from September Day is that's a
Did you just say September Day?
no September Day.
Oh, September Day.
September Day. you know, we definitely have to do that. We haven't played that I think since the last cast. What did I play? I played Destiny 2. I played. We were here together. Kevin and I finally platinum that.
Oh, we did play that
So
game.
that's
Yeah.
yep. That was platinum number 18, I think, under my belt. What else did I play? Why can't I remember what in God's name I played?
Where?
What?
Okay, bad
Oh, you're like
Where?
no. He walked up to me and looked at my belt, and he's like, "Where?" What? What? Oh yeah, I've been playing. Oh my God, yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'll save the demo for the next the what we talk about in a bit. So yeah, been playing Resident Evil 7. Somehow got hooked up into that, and all because Kevin told me he wanted to see what the difference in the walking speed was from Resident Evil 8 to Resident
That's
Evil
right.
7. So I went in and I'm like, huh. I never beat this. I should just go in here and do what I got to do here. Because the only way I
But
knew
you
what
never
happened
beat
in
7?
the only way I knew what Resident Evil 7 was I watched Desunoto play it, and then I looked up a bunch of things online.
Oh.
So I personally, excuse me, never beat it, and I was like, you know what? If I want to prep myself for Resident Evil 8, I might as well play 7 and play the DLC and beat it, you know? Because I remember I got the gold edition when it originally came out, with all the DLC and everything in it. And then I ended up just giving it to Desunoto, and he ended up playing it. So, um, yeah, I never got the chance to. So thank you very much, Kevin, for asking how the walking speed was in that game. Now I'm hooked on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've gotten through
Slower, isn't it?
most of the. It is, but like I've gotten through most of the bosses now. Where I think I'm on maybe the second to last one, or maybe the third to last. I think at this point, because I think there was somebody in between Jason and the old lady. Um, but yeah, and then I played the Resident Evil 8 demo, which I'll give you my impressions in a little bit. And then I think that was it. I don't think we played anything else. Yeah, we didn't play even the forest this week. Unfortunately, Adam and I didn't get into the forest. Yeah, we got to go back in there and finish up our house because I think you figured out how to do the roof properly now. Well, I mean, anything in that game is, I don't know if it's proper, but you know, we figure out how to do things. Um, so yeah, anybody have any specific topics they want to talk about this week?
Yep.
Go ahead. Okay. All right, floor is all yours, guys. I mean, whoever wants to go first, go right ahead.
We fighting over it? Alright.
We fight over.
Alright. Alright. Oh, okay. I know.
No, none of us were heartbroken. I think the only person was heartbroken wasn't it what do we call him this week?
Carl's. Carl.
Carl. Uh
Oh.
Chair. No, we didn't use Chair. Yeah, Chair was the only one up in arms, but yeah, go ahead. I think he was the only one. He he was upset by it. I don't think he's ever gonna go back to anything at this point. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Um, I think there's still a big demographic of people who still play, not a huge, but I would say like a decent sized demographic of people who play PS3 and Vita titles still. I think that's increasing now ever since the pandemic started. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. I have one of those sitting around here somewhere. I don't know where it is. Yeah. That's okay. That's okay. Kevin will be fine.
I'm fine.
His virgin ears will be okay.
What?
No, my ears have been they've been tainted. They're way
Oh,
past their prime. Way past. Go ahead.
No, not at all.
No, not at all.
They're
Okay. So Jim Ryan, thanks for joining our podcast last week, unannounced. Thanks for listening to us. You finally said something, and you finally did something right. Yeah, he was here.
my topic. The topic that I have. I hate this. So the topic I have is I was I have no idea what possessed me to do this, but I was looking at valuations of markets in the world, namely video games and board games. So apparently, the video game market in 2020 was about $60 billion worth, and board games I couldn't find 2020 for some strange reason, but in 2019 it was like 15 billion. So that's impressive.
oh.
Board games, good job, board games. I think card games are also lumped into that. But estimates are by 2026 that board games will be a $30 billion market.
Hmm.
So that's pretty sweet. Anybody here actually play board games or card games a lot? All right,
I collect Yu-Gi-Oh cards,
and there we
but
go.
that's about it.
Genesis, how about you?
The only board game that I've played, um, there was a digital one that I actually had that
Mm-hmm.
you used a phone and it has like an AR mode to it where you can see different things on it, kind of like how what was that PS3 game, the Eye of Judgment game was, where you could see everything on the
Oh yeah,
TV.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of those I did. The heck was the name of it? Oh my god. I had it on Amazon and I bought it a while back. I thought it was super interesting and I got it. I think I've only played it like maybe like 2 or 3 times because you need to have people over to play it. And ever since the pandemic, you can't have people over anymore, so that sucks.
Yeah,
So, other than that, I can see the board game industry growing, especially with AR stuff. Oh, I also have, I don't know, do Card Against Humanity count? Does that count as a
sure.
card game?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I have that. Yeah, I have that as well. Um, um, that one I have, and then yeah, I think there was another one I wanted to try, but I don't know how to play it. Which is the ticket. What is that game? Ticket to Ride?
Tickets to
No,
Ride.
yeah, Ticket to Ride. I've wanted to try that, but I don't understand how that works. It's kind of like
Mm.
the uh what is the other one that starts with a C? Um,
Catan.
oh god, Catan. That
Settlers
one
of
is
Catan.
also
Yeah.
that one's extremely confusing. I've seen like streamers play that. I'm like, I don't
It's
know where you
really
start
not.
and where you end with this. Listen,
You just need to sit down and play it. It's really not that confusing.
if one day we could do that and play that, that would be amazing. I would like
I
that. Maybe
don't
we
own
could,
it. I don't own either of those games. I own a lot of games, but I don't own either of those.
because I've seen Ticket to Ride on PlayStation. I've seen Settlers of Catan on PlayStation as well. But I would like to try that one day and play like
No, no, no.
do a crafting a chat and do something like that. But
You
I
know
don't know.
what you want to play. You know what you
What
want
do
to
I want
play.
to play?
Resident Evil 2, the board game.
Wait, they're making a board game of Resident Evil 2?
Oh no, it's not they're making. It's already out. And three expansions.
What? What? Hold on. Hold on.
Oh yeah,
Continue your topic
super
while I
good.
look this up real quick.
Super good game. Anyway, I own a
Resident
whole bunch of
Evil.
board games, and it's wild to see the different like they're almost like inventing new genres of board games now. Like it's crazy, and a lot of these board games don't even have like boards anymore. So you know, call them what you want, I guess, because I guess they're not really board games, quote quote, anymore. um, but like it's wild that the market is doing that well for board games when the average price of a board game is around a video game or higher.
Yeah.
Because there's board games that are like $300. uh-huh.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess I'm not looking this up. My keyboard is somehow locked. I don't understand how I did that, but
All
I
right, I'll
figured it
explain it
out
then.
later. Yeah, go
So
ahead, please.
Resident Evil 2, the board game, since I know you'll be interested in this, does its best to emulate Resident Evil 2. It came out shortly after the remaster, and like the artwork and stuff is technically like more toward the remaster of Resident Evil 2. Um, or like the remake, I guess. Actually, more of a remake because there's a lot of changes in that game. Um, but you're trying to. It's up to 4 players, cooperative game, and you're trying to complete whatever objectives you have for like the scenario that you're running, and you only have a certain amount of time to do it, kind of. So there's an event deck of cards that if it ever runs out and you have to draw an event, you lose immediately. In order to reshuffle that deck of cards, you have to get an ink ribbon and use it at a typewriter.
Oh god, the dreaded ink ribbon.
um,
Adam will know that
killing
from my
things,
playthrough of original RE2.
killing things, not easy. You have to basically, unless you have like a better weapon, like if you're using a handgun, things, you got to roll a 6 and then a 6 again
To shoot something?
to kill it.
Oh, to kill it.
Shooting
Okay.
things is easier, but you just stagger them. So it's a lot of running through things, and if you get like close to like a successful point, you normally go like, all right, guess what? You're nominated. You die. Everybody else lives. Here we go.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's a really fun game, um, and it's interesting because like it really kind of does capture a Resident Evil sort of style game, especially with like how limited your ammo supply is in the game too. It's interesting. It gets real tough.
I'm interested in this already. If my stupid keyboard would work, I would definitely look it up and see how much it costs as far as the
But
expansions and
yeah,
everything
the
go.
the I think the base game is about $70, and the expansions I don't know how much they are, but the expansions are the B files, um, and there were 2 other things. There was like a Survivor expansion, I think, whatever that
Mm-hmm.
means, and something else that's like not out yet.
Okay. I mean, oh, is that including
Oh,
expansions or just separate base? Okay. Yeah. See, the fact that these board games cost so much. I mean, I understand the hard work that goes into making these illustrations and things like that because there was a Bloodborne board game I think that came out as well. There's
Yeah.
a
that's more
Devil May
recent, yeah.
Cry board game that came out or is coming out. There's a Horizon. Yep. I mean, I think the artwork and
Wait, there's getting a
the
board game.
I think so. Yeah.
Ooh.
Seems about
Huh?
right. Um.
Ah,
Oh. Okay.
oh, I have the
Is
Dark Souls
Kickstarter
board game.
still
That game's real good.
Kickstarter still a thing with the board games nowadays?
Yeah, oh yeah, that's like
Hmm.
the main market for board games.
Okay. Okay. Nice.
Oh, what happened with Dark Souls Kickstarter? I thought you might have known. All right. All right. See ya.
All right, see you later. Hey, Adams, sidetrack real quick. Did you read the thing with Michael Keaton being the Batman in the Flash? So what is that that's the Flash movie they're talking about, right? So why is he in that movie and not Ben Affleck? So wait a minute, there's two it's a multiverse movie? Oh, I I I didn't know that. Okay, that was just a quick sidebar because I didn't know that you already saw it from Share. I didn't realize that. Yeah, probably. I always think of you when it comes to Batman. Always, like right now. You in the metal you in the metal bar. So yeah, I mean the board games itself, the fact that they cost so much money, definitely. I mean, I think that deters some people from getting it. I mean, the people who are the fans of those games, like a Resident Evil one, I would definitely go for a Resident Evil board game.
Mm-hmm.
If like another one where it's not a board game, but they remade the chess set from Kingdom Hearts 3. Like I would want something
Oh,
like
that's
that.
neat.
That's
Yeah.
that's actually pretty. Uh, I don't know if you say. I guess that's a collectible item rather than a game. You could
Right.
play chess on it still, but I mean, um, but I would personally go for something like that. As long as it's something that I follow as close as I do. Like I would never spend
Mm-hmm.
160, 170 bucks on a Bloodborne or a Dark Souls board game.
Well,
Which I feel.
don't talk to me. I've got Dark Souls board game. I've got the characters expansion. I've got Darkwood expansion. The Invaders. No, not Invaders.
Wasn't
I
there
forget what
a
that expansion's
Marvel board
called, but
game
it's the
too? Like
Invaders
a
and other things. Uh, Marvel board game? I know there's a
is it
card game that I don't know what's going to happen with it because Fantasy Flight was making it, and then I think they were bought out.
okay. I'm sure there's a board game for
Or their
almost every
production.
single thing we could think of
Their
at this point.
suppliers changed. Something happened with Fantasy Flight.
Yeah, I
Looked like they
mean
were kind of in limbo for a little bit.
that's kind of a given at that point.
What?
Well, how much is Wakanda the blue spots in that game? Oh my god.
Wow.
Fine.
Anyway, um,
Oh, okay.
oh, it's gone. Good. No, so, um, no,
It's gone
I have
good.
a lot of Dark Souls. Um, Doom board game, that's super good. Spirit Island, very good co-op game. I don't think there's many games that are better other than Arkham Horror, the card game. Arkham Horror, the card game, is like the best co-op game out there, in my opinion, because it's just so different and so interesting. Um, so Arkham Horror, the card game, takes place in the world of Call of Cthulhu and H.P. Lovecraft. And what's cool about the game, you kind of have to like, if you're gonna get into it, you really gotta like get into it because there's a lot. Like this game's been going since like 2013, 2012, something like that. So they have the base set, and then 4 whole additional blocks of scenarios, and they're starting the 5th, or like they're halfway through the 5th or something like that now. They might even be done with the 5th, but like they keep on releasing things every like 2 to 3 months.
My God. I mean,
Oh
you
yeah,
got to
it's
invest
massive.
so much money in that thing, though. Like, I mean,
Oh,
it's a
I have
money
almost
pit
all
at
of it.
that point.
I
Oh,
have almost all of it
shoot.
because I'm just waiting for a group that I can regularly play with because it's so freaking cool and so fun to play. So basically, you have based on how many things you've bought. I bought
Hmm.
a lot. You
Hmm.
have your pool of investigators, right? And everybody who's playing, you can play up to 4 people if you own at least 2 base games. I own every expansion for like the whole first 4 blocks. So
Hmm.
like I'm like, it's not 2 base games, but there's enough cards. We can play up to 4 people. Um, so so you can play up to 4 people. Everybody picks
Hmm.
their investigators, and you go right
Okay.
now. With this game, in my opinion, the only way to play is campaign mode, which is basically you're just playing through whole scenarios, start to finish, and moving on to the next one,
Okay.
right? So, and each scenario, like each block or whatever, has like double digits missions. Um, so you go into your different scenarios, and you have like you might be doing investigative stuff. You might be doing more combat. You might be doing a race against the clock sort of scenario, whatever it is, right?
Hmm.
Um, at the end of it, whenever that may be, you go into the book and see like what the end result is, basically. In this game, if you're playing campaign mode and investigators die, they're dead, and life moves on. So like you can completely fail a whole scenario and like cultists summon some ancient evil and everything, and it's like, yep, no, that's how that ends. So keep going. You got more investigators. Go. Maybe that'll come back to haunt you later. We'll see.
So it's like a whole scenario-based thing. Like, whatever choices you make now, whatever things happen to you now, will affect you throughout the entire
Mm-hmm.
game.
Yep.
That's interesting. That's cool.
I don't know if it goes between like whole blocks of the game because that would be next level, but at least within that like scenario pack, oh yeah, everything that you do or don't do has consequences, good or bad. So it's neat. I love the aspect that like the game basically tells you, oh no, investigators are gonna die, so like don't get attached because guess what? Here we go.
I'm interested to play something like that. I hope whenever one day comes back where we can all sit around somewhere and play something like that. I would love to join you in that. That sounds cool.
All right, yeah,
I would definitely go for that.
let's do it.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Um, I like that. That's
Anyway, that
actually
was
pretty
my
cool.
top. It was basically I was I guess shocked that board games are projected to do that well and that far into the future.
I mean, I'm not highly shocked because again, they're a lot of money. The expansions, once you add up all the expansions and everything like that, it basically turns into a money pit. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, like,
Oh no,
if
I
you're
got you.
invested into it, it's great, cool. But like, they turn into literal money pits. You have to keep pouring your money into the expansions, which I guess you could say the same thing for certain games like Destiny. You'll continuously pour money into that because the expansions continuously come out and enrich that
Mm-hmm.
experience. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna go up from there, and with all the high end board games they're rolling out, like the Resident Evil, I didn't even know about that one. They're taking brands that are already established and they're like, all right, let's make board games out of these because people are gonna love it. So,
Well, the thing is, like, to that point, the majority of the time, I mean, Mulder. So, like, the majority of the time, when brands like that are taken, and it's like, hey, look, here's a thing, and it's like, oh, this is a cash grab. But in like the
I can
new
see that
world of
side of it.
board games, that's not a thing. Like these
No.
games are real good.
Hmm.
Like they really are.
Yeah, it's
When
not just garbage that
if you
somebody
would have
made
told
or
me, hey,
something.
this Resident Evil board game is going to play like Resident Evil, I'd be like, yeah, right. Because that's basically how I
I,
was. I was like, yeah, right, sure.
that's why
But like, I
I
read
was like, what?
reviews. I read reviews, and no, everybody was like, no, this plays like Resident Evil. I'm like, all right, I'm intrigued, and it really kind of does.
Hmm.
it's interesting, and the things that board games are now able to do with like apps and stuff too is
Yeah,
crazy.
that part interests me
Mansions
a
of
lot.
Madness is great.
Yeah, like I said, I have one of the board games that I can use with the AR and stuff like that. It'll make the cards come to life and kind of just
There's another one that does AR. That's crazy. So it's a submarine game where the periscope is the app on the tablet.
What?
I don't know how it works. I wasn't like terribly interested in it, but somehow the board game is played in like a pseudo real time, and you're all working on the sub trying to sink whatever enemy ships that you're assigned to sink.
Oh my god, bro, that's actually pretty cool. It's a periscope for the ship. That's awesome.
I don't know how it all works. I only read the back of the box and I was like,
No,
wow, I don't know about this.
no, you just say that and that sounds awesome. I would love to go for that. That's awesome.
The next board game I have my eyes set on right now is a game called Black Orchestra.
Okay.
It's a cooperative game for up to 5 players, and it's basically like, I don't know if it's trying to actually mimic Operation Valkyrie from real life or if it's just like doing its own thing that's kind of similar to it,
Hmm.
where the players are trying to pose as like normal people but also plot to kill Hitler. And the board game that you're playing against is the Gestapo trying to hunt you down and stop you.
Oh.
That looked real good.
Hmm. Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Anybody else got any topics they want to talk about? He's still not even back yet. He's dead over there.
Adams MIA, what do you got? Desunoto? What do you got?
So listen, yeah, you got any topic? You got anything you want to talk
Sorry,
about?
usually rumors, Genesis. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine. I have one small topic before I get to rumors, but
Hmm.
anything? Nothing?
Um. hmm.
You want me to give you some time to think?
Sure.
Yeah, fine. I mean, you don't have to have a topic. I'm just asking.
Yeah, no. Oh no.
What do you want? What are you doing back here?
Wow. Anyway, yeah, you have some questions. I'm ready.
You have to. Well done. Okay, go ahead.
Um. Right. That. I mean, yeah, you can go back to the classics. Why not? Um. I mean, honestly, a really good family board game right now that continues to be good is Disney's Villainous. In Disney's Villainous, you play as a villain. The base game has Captain Hook, uh, oh goodness, Prince John, Queen of Hearts, Ursula, Jafar, and Maleficent. And each villain has like its own board and objective to accomplish, which is very similar to what they do in the movie, if not exactly. And you're basically trying to complete your villain's goal before anybody else does. And what's great about the game is like if you're just looking to have good family fun, it's real simple to learn. Um, the rule book is written really well, and anybody can really play it, grasp it, and have fun with it. If you're looking for a game with like strategy and depth, it is definitely there if you want it, but it is not required.
That was good. That was a good question.
That'd be
That was
my
an awesome question.
recommendation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And if you're looking for just like a fun party game that's real easy, I recommend Code Names. It's a blast.
I have not heard of code names.
Oh, we gotta change that. See,
Well, listen, I'm all for it.
code names is great. Genesis, you're right. Yeah. Nope. But I can't be on my friend Amanda's team
Yeah,
because we think alike, and that was oof, that was brutal for the other team. Um, we don't know. Yeah. Well, it's projected to in 2026 double what it's at right now, basically. No, 2026. Did I say it or 2016? I'm dumb. Okay, yeah. They're projecting it to be 30 million. It's at 15 or billion, not million, billion. That's what I found online. It was hard to find though. Like the video game market, boom, answers right away. Board game, not so much. hmm Right. Semantics. I don't know. Yeah.
that's a
Right.
pretty good question, actually.
That is fair. Right. But I see your point. Yeah. Right. Well, I
I
don't know about like how the lines will be blurred. Well, I mean, it'd be awesome if they were. But I can say what is happening now is there's a lot of board games that are having full like I guess video game adaptation remaking
there
branding on Steam. Like there's whole board games that are now like actual games you can buy on Steam and play on PC.
I think there is a line that's already been crossed with the board game and a video game. And I don't think it's confirmed yet, but if anybody has any other info, correct me if I'm wrong. The Final Fantasy VII Remake series is going in a direction where there was a game in the original version, something to do with a Condor game or something like that. They are going to be remaking that into a board game that will tie in to FF7 Remake Part 2 and 3 because they're not going to be including it in the game. I'm gonna search that up 100% because I remember what's that guy's name? Maximilian Dude. He was talking about that in one of his because some Final Fantasy VII Remake news came out, and they mentioned something about a Condor game that is not going to be present in the remake, or he suspects that it's not going to be present due to certain things that he's seen. Like just piecing together things, not like he's seen some footage that nobody else has seen. He's just piecing together things and saying, well, based on this, I don't think that it's going to be in there. But he was saying that he was saying something about it's going to be a board game, and I looked it up that day, and lo and behold, Square Enix is talking about making that specific piece of FF7 a actual real life board game that would then tie into the game somehow. I don't know how that would happen, but that's the only example of what that I could think of that is exactly what you're talking about, or the question is, or is pertaining to the question you asked. I can't think of another scenario like that, but I think that's the only thing that I've. Skylanders is a good one, Disney Infinity, but those aren't real board games. Those are just. What about don't they do that with the circuit, the racing right now, the Mario Kart stuff? Here's a cash grab if Nintendo's watching. Make Mario Party into a real life board game that you can then put onto the screen. You got it. $60. And the whole gimmick behind the board game, the whole gimmick behind the board game is you can rearrange the way the board travels. Ooh. Nice, cool, awesome.
Yeah.
Nah, it's okay. If you didn't have anything, it's not a big
I
deal.
don't think so.
Okay. I'm just gonna touch on something real quick. I'm just gonna touch on something real quick before we go into to rumors. There is something circulating on the internet right now where I guess there's a legal document that has come out from Sony that has to do with Capcom games such as Monster Hunter World and Resident Evil 8. And I guess people are, doing as the internet usually does and just overreact to everything and start burning places down and start, starting riots and things like that. I think some clarification is needed on that, where the allegation is this, is that Sony is actually paying and submitting legal documents to block other competitors from having the game or having the game on their subscription-based pass, or making sure there's a resolution parity, or delaying another version of a game so that it doesn't hit a console the same time that it hits PlayStation's console. Um, if you look into the legal documents, which I will post into the chat in a minute here, if you look into the documents, it is. Did he post it in there? Did Chair just post that in there? I think Chair just posted. No, Chair didn't. Chair posted a banana in there. If you look into the documents
Intriguing.
on what they're exactly talking about, it's actually just a normal marketing deal that a lot of these companies do. Sony is basically just having a document sent to Capcom regarding Resident Evil 8. I have to look up the Monster Hunter World thing, but for specifically Resident Evil 8, they're actually just trying to get marketing exclusivity for that specific thing on their console. So like, hey, it's going to be on PlayStation Plus, and we can put it on PS Now or something like that. Because I remember when a game goes on Game Pass, and I think you mentioned this one time, Adam, right? Where when a game goes on Game Pass, it's not allowed to go on the other streaming services. Yeah. Okay. The only thing that's stated in this legal document is that there's no talk about resolution parity, so I don't know where people are pulling that from. There is no talk of, it has to be a certain frame rate on PlayStation 5 and it's going to be the same exact thing on Xbox Series X. There's no talk about that. The only thing they talk about is that they want the game to be able to be put onto either Plus now, or if they choose to do so, which there's nothing wrong with that, and they're asking for a year of exclusivity with marketing rights to the game. So I don't understand why and where the internet is getting bent out of shape and kind of pulling these negative comments out for what Sony's doing. This is definitely just normal stuff. I don't understand that. And anybody have any thoughts on it, or If I can, I'll post it up in the chat real quick for us to see. What Xbox numbers look like. That
I know people
well,
are
there
buying Outriders on PC as well.
people are getting nasty on that tweet, that thread where they're just like going at Sony's, like I don't know, they're getting upset about this thing, and like I'm reading through a lot, and somebody posted the parody portion of it, and I'm reading through that, and what they're asking, it says during the term and for 7 years, the 7 years thereafter, publisher will ensure each version of the game available on PlayStation platforms maintains content, feature, and technical parity subject to material platform limitations, with any equivalent version of the game or DLC released on any other competitive platform or PC/mobile platform. Publisher will not release the game or DLC on any competitive platform on an exclusive basis, or offer any additional content or any additional features or benefits to end users of the game on any competitive platform. I mean, it's a you're signing a deal with them to um I'm so shocked that Chair isn't here right now. That they're just trying to get a exclusivity deal. I don't understand. It's not any different than like what they did with Outriders, where I'm sure Microsoft had paid a little bit of extra money to have that appear on Game Pass day one. I don't think those just yeah. I don't think they just yeah, but
Right.
were they? I
I don't remember. I don't remember if it was a hack or not, but yeah, a whole bunch of information was leaked through Capcom about like what their upcoming games were and everything. Yeah.
I did. I didn't. Yeah, I didn't put two and two together at that point to remember that was the same. Okay, that makes sense. Correlating to this, that makes a lot of sense. No, I don't think it matters. I don't think it sucks. Like I don't even think it sucks. It doesn't matter. Like what does it matter? It's still gonna play at 4K 60 frames per second. What I don't understand what the issue is coming on here, where it's like people are just getting nasty in the thread. Like I'm going through the tweets and people are just losing their minds.
Just people things.
No,
People
I
will
know.
just
It's the same thing with YouTube
outrage about
comments.
the smallest thing they could find because they don't like something.
I mean,
I mean,
think
it
you'd be.
just it's it's just the same thing every time, no matter what happens. If it's a tiny thing, if it's a big thing, people are gonna go
Yeah, this
crazy
is a
about it. And
normal in the gaming world. This is a normal occurrence that they've been doing for years. Why is this one any different?
they want to keep all the shit, all the stuff on Sony.
Your family
all,
show. Your family show.
they want to keep all the bad news on Sony going. That's all they want to
Wow.
do. You just keep the bad news going. So, and there's
I
another
feel like
route to do
that's
that.
I feel like that's what it is. It's like just a bad news train. Okay, one bit of good news came out. They're gonna keep the PS3 store and the PS Vita store open. All right, guys, we got to continue with this bad news Sony train thing.
Just
It's
bring
it's
people's eyes back to the quote problem or I'm eating right now.
But yeah, I mean that's the little mini topic I wanted to have. Anybody have any additional
What's up?
thoughts on it that they want to do before I before before I move on to rumors? Cool. Okay. Rumors. What do I got this week with people whispering in my ears and chewing in my ears at the same time?
Should really put a bit.
Oh, you killed him.
No, you
He's dead
killed
now.
him.
Okay, so let me start out with this one here.
Father?
This is a rumor that came up here. I don't know if this has been confirmed, but I think Discord's come out to say, oh God. Discord's come out to say actually that they've halted talks with Microsoft and others pursuing
Perfect.
yeah, pursuing any buyouts. They have now said that they want to be a separate entity. They want to remain public.
Yes.
They might talk about something down the line, like later on, but they're not interested at this point in time to do anything like that. So anybody who's worrying about Discord being purchased, that is no
I
longer a
was.
thing, according to
Thank
this rumor.
goodness.
Um,
Best rumor yet.
any thoughts on that? Besides, obviously, I know I heard your thoughts already, Kevin. Any thoughts on that, Adam? Desunoto? He's
It's really
telling the
good
truth.
news, and they I think I saw they were doing an IPO talks to do their own IPO, which would
Yeah,
also be very
I seen
cool.
that in the rumor here. Yeah,
Which I think would even more just solidify themselves as a separate
entity.
thing and give them more of a foundation
Uh huh.
as their own company rather than having to be bought by somebody else and then being under them. So I mean, just by them saying that, it doesn't seem like anything's going to happen, even maybe in the near future at all.
Is Discord available on the stock market? Are they like a public?
No.
No, they're
No,
not.
well,
Okay, that's.
that's what they were talking about doing.
Oh, they want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like how Roblox did theirs, have
Yeah,
an IPO.
Roblox is like what 80 million or something, or yeah, 80 million. I think that's what they came out for, or 800 million. Yeah, yeah.
I was dusting my sheet. There were crumbs on my sheet, so I was wiping it off.
That would have been even worse if you turned the vacuum on and it's like, vroom. Oh God.
Alright.
Awesome. Awesome. I got another one here. So this one is pertaining to Battlefield 6 stuff. So Tom Henderson dropped news on Twitter for Battlefield 6, including debunking a leak that appeared on Reddit earlier. So he's saying you're a group of individuals from fallen nations. You're free to fight for whichever side you want. So in theory, a Japanese soldier could fight for both the U.S. and Russians. The plot is that both USA and Russia will hire anyone who is willing to fight for them as long as they have the skills to do so. The league for Battlefield, for example, if you were on the U.S. team, you could choose a U.S., Australian, British, French, Japanese, or German soldier. This is not correct. I guess he was clarifying before what the rumor was, and he's debunking that, I guess.
Cool. That sounds awful. So
Just due
sounds
to
like
the
Siege.
nature of the setting, I think expectations should be set that there will be some wacky cosmetics. You apparently will have a robot dog. He says, I've not heard there's a campaign. What I originally heard on it was actually the plot. What? What does that mean?
What?
Okay. I don't know what that last one he posted meant. I have no idea what that means. I've not heard there's a campaign. What I originally heard on it was actually the plot. What? Alright, well, I mean, that's... Alright, he had a robot
That's when
dog.
that guy had a stroke.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yep. All
It,
right. So robot dog. No, thank
uh-huh.
you. We don't need another futuristic Battlefield
It's
game, please.
COD Ghosts all over again with the dog.
Sure.
Uh,
I just don't want a futuristic Battlefield game. That's all. I don't care if it's Modern Warfare or World War II or back to Vietnam. That'd be cool. But definitely not futuristic because that never works out and it's never balanced.
I could see it not being balanced. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I think if it just stays modern day is fine. I've
Yeah.
seen that the futuristic games like Infinite Warfare and Advanced Warfare, they just don't do as well. Titanfall.
I mean,
I
Advanced
think
Warfare was pretty fun though.
Infinite Warfare was the one that people didn't particularly like then.
I think so. Yeah.
But
Oh gosh, that's right. There was Advanced Warfare and Infinite Warfare.
yeah,
Shoot, which one
Infinite
had
Warfare. Advanced
which one
Warfare
had
was
the
the
ability where you could
Titanfall.
yeah, was that the one where you could do
Summon
like
a time.
air
Yeah.
dashes and stuff?
Yep, that was Advanced
Okay,
Warfare.
that one was great. I don't remember Infinite Warfare honestly.
Infinite Warfare took a backseat, I think, in a lot of that. I don't know. It seems like the futuristic games just don't do as well as the modern day games or the older style games. But
Wait,
that
no,
may
isn't
just be an
Infinite
opinion.
Warfare the one with Kevin Spacey?
I thought that was Advanced Warfare
Was that Advanced Warfare? It's real
because he didn't
bad
come
when
in.
two games blend together.
He didn't come into any other one.
Okay.
Yeah. I honestly I don't remember,
Oh,
but
whatever. Right. So, no, I guess like the only thing from that rumor is it. I don't know why there would be the ability to play like multiple sides and that. Oh, the Americans and the Russians will hire anybody. I mean, they won't really, unless we're talking like special forces. But sure. And like, I don't know why Battlefield would feel the need to do something like that when a game like Rainbow
yeah,
Six Siege exists. And Rainbow
yeah.
Six Siege has done that aspect better, in my opinion.
Uh-huh. Oh boy. Okay. I got another one here for you guys. If anybody has any other thoughts before I move on to the next one, obviously.
Nope.
Okay. So I have another one here where Konami, I guess, trademarked Metal Gear Rising, and apparently there's an announcement coming soon for that.
What?
Perhaps Metal Gear Rising remastered or remake. Yeah, I felt
Oh
listen.
my god.
That game, Metal Gear Rising, was so good.
So good.
I would love a remake or a remaster of that on
But
like
it was so
PlayStation
good.
5.
The
So good.
music. Oh.
Yeah, there's iconic music from that game. Yeah, that's just a rumor that I just seen here. It just could be renewing the trademark copyrights or even making just a new game collection. But if it's a remake, oh my God, Daddy, please give me a remake.
Uh-huh.
I got another one here. This is coming from 4chan. Yeah. Ooh, that's a good question. My keyboard's still dead. Can somebody look that up?
Got it.
Cool. Next one I got here is 4chan rumor, so obviously big grain of salt with this one. GTA 5 expanded and enhanced announcement imminent. Apparently, according to this 4chan post,
Again.
the GTA 5 Enhanced Edition will be announced next week and released in June, which kind of falls in line from what we've been hearing rumors about this game, where it's supposed to be coming out in like summertime, so June, July. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Again, I think, yeah, there's no specific date. It just says June.
I can't
Yes, Kevin.
really find anything linking Hideo Kojima directly, but Kojima Productions was a developer for Metal Gear Rising.
He should be linked to it then. That's his. That's
Okay.
his production team.
Right.
I would think he's. They
Hmm.
also did the Bayonetta series, so that would make sense where the combat and stuff came in.
No, that's
Vanquish.
Revengeance.
Vanquish, yeah. Oh, that was a good game too. Vanquish was awesome.
Wait, but that's Revengeance, not Metal Gear Rising.
There.
Yeah, that was a full
Oh.
name.
That was the full game,
Oh,
yeah.
is it? Oh,
Yeah,
my
yeah,
bad.
yeah. That was
Hmm.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I thought it was some sequel game or something. I don't know anything
No,
about
no,
the
no,
series, so my
no,
bad.
no, no, no. That's fine.
Well, no, because Metal Gear has done that like for a while. Because remember there was like Metal Gear 2, and they're like, we got to rebrand this and like remake it, give it VR missions. We're gonna call it Metal Gear Solid 2 Subsistence. And everyone's like, what does subsistence mean? They're like, don't worry about that. Oh yeah, yep,
Did you remember that game on PlayStation exclusively had the move support for it?
Hmm.
You could cut, yes, you could cut the watermelon with the move support. And let me tell you, I had a move controller, and I had a PS3 that was not supposed to be legal. Um, and I played that with the move. Let me tell you how accurate that was. Extremely accurate
oh
to
yeah.
cut that watermelon. That was the controller, I think. Ah, yeah, that's
Hmm.
true, yeah. Okay, I got another rumor here, and this has to do with
Right.
Spider-Man 2.
Oh boy.
Spider-Man 2 rumor. Okay, so first of all, development is further along than most people think. COVID obviously hurt the process, so they're really just looking to focus on gameplay and haven't really recorded anything yet. The story will revolve around the symbiote. Harry is not Venom. It's a fake out. They're using him as a way to get the symbiote on Peter. Norman will not be the Goblin yet. He will play a huge role, but they seem to be saving that for the future. Wraith will play a role as a recurring boss. Lizard is obviously planned, as well as some other villains. I don't know who the big bad is, but it's someone big. The map is also expanded, which I think most people expected. Not sure to what scale though. Miles is fully playable. Story will switch between them at various points. You play as Peter for the majority of the game. Miles still has a lot to do in the story as well as his own side missions. Once you beat the campaign, you unlock the ability to freely switch between it. Well, who's going to play as Peter Parker when you have Miles Morales? Like, he's just an overall better Spider-Man. Yeah, but the I remember that. Yes, that one I especially remember. The thing though is that he's got the Venom power. Like, the Venom power is just, that is overall just so OP compared to what he has as gadgets. But let me finish up the rumor real quick. Um, The black suit will have its own mechanics. There will be an upgrade tree as well as several unique abilities like a rage mode. I'm also being told that Insomniac is putting more of an emphasis on suits in the game. Several suits will actually factor into the story, like how the anti-ox suit worked. They also want to make sure players don't feel like they have to start over. There will be an option to transfer your saves from the first games to have gadgets and upgrades already unlocked. This will also transfer suits from the first 2 games. That's all I know for now. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Do it. Aunt May died. Okay. They have a very confusing and not confusing, but a very tough thing to follow up on, especially after Miles Morales and Spider-Man 1. I would hope we see a teaser trailer sometime this year. I mean, if they're aiming for a 2022 release date, I would hope we see some sort of teaser trailer, because 2018 Spider-Man came out. 2020 was Miles Morales, and then 2022 would be, so about 2 years apart for each one. Would make sense. Right. So is it the same team working on it? Because Insomniac's big now. I know that. Interesting. Gotcha. I, Yeah. I mean, the more games they put out, the more money they're gonna make. So, so I no, and also with like Last of Us, apparently there's supposed to be a DLC planned for it, but now it's canceled. Of course, according to Jason Schreier, it's no longer in development for that. So we'll see where that goes. I guess now because I mean, we don't know what the DLC would have been. What if they're talking about factions? Uh-huh.
Probably single player. Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So, so real quick about
Yes.
Insomniac Games.
Yes, yes.
Since their inception, they release games at an alarming rate. Just throwing it out there. All right, so we got 1996 Disruptor, 1998 Spyro, 1999 Spyro 2, 2000 Spyro Year of the Dragon, 2002 Ratchet and Clank, 2003 Ratchet and Clank Going Commando, 2004 Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal, 2005 Ratchet Deadlock, 2006 Resistance, 2007 Ratchet and Clank Future Tools of Destruction, 2008 Ratchet and Clank Quest for Booty Resistance 2, 2009 Ratchet and Clank Future Crack in Time, 2011 Resistance 3 and Ratchet and Clank All for One, 2012 Ratchet and Clank Full Frontal Assault and Outer Knots, 2013 Fuse and Ratchet and Clank Into the Nexus, 2014 Sunset Overdrive, 2015 was 4 different games I never heard of.
Oh my
2016,
god!
2016, 5 games. 2018, Marvel Spider-Man and Seedling. 2019, Stormland and Strangelets. 2020, Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales and Spider-Man Remastered. 2021, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
That's insane.
They pump these games out, but they have hundreds of employees. So
They
they
also
have the
seem very
teams to do
organized to
this.
do all those games.
Hmm? Sorry, two people talked. As of 2017, they were at 275 plus employees. That's enough for like 3 development teams at once.
That's insane. There's a
There's a
lot
lot.
of them. A
Yeah,
lot
high
of
Oh,
excellent
quality.
games.
so getting back to 2015, the games I hadn't heard of are all mobile games. So yes, Song of the Deep was in 2016 was Ratchet and Clank the remaster, Song of the Deep, Edge of Nowhere, The Unspoken, and Feral Rights. Oh, I know. Sorry,
They
I knew that Insomniac pumped games out because I knew they were also big. So I just wanted to. I was curious. I just looked it up and it was like, oh crap, they really pump out games. All right.
Sony bought them, right? Sony bought Insomniac. I do, for some reason I'm brain dead right now. They bought Insomniac, right? I do not. Oh my god. I did not bring it. I did not bring it up last week. I swear I did not.
So,
It.
all right,
It's.
August
Alright.
2019, Sony announced it had acquired Insomniac. I'm just saying.
They invested. This is definitely the best investment they've ever done in any sort of gaming. I mean, to pump out all those games year after year, some years multiple games, and they're all so good. Like there's a handful of them that are not good, but the rest of them are excellent.
Oh, here's the thing. Real quick. IGN has named Insomniac Games the 20th best video game developer of all time. The Society for Human Resource Management called it one of the best places to work in America, and is listed by Fortune as the 69th best place to work for millennials. There you go. The more you know. Right?
I'm I'm gonna go get a part-time job in Insomnia. That's what I'm gonna do. Uh, no, I can't. I can't. I have too much invested. Yeah, no. No. I have too much invested into that at this point in time. I can't quit from there, but I would love to work for them. Krasinski is.
Ted Danson? Oh, I don't know. Can I call you G? Ted Price.
If he offered me twice what I'm making now, then I'd go. Not $2. Listen, but absolutely he
Yes.
would. Salary yearly.
I don't have a figure in mind, but
What?
What? What? I love Kevin's what. He's like, what? It's okay.
I was
I
listening.
can forgive that. I can forgive that.
I
That's
was
okay.
listening.
Yeah. No, he was.
I probably wouldn't take a job unless I could be like a think tank for them. I don't want to do programming and stuff like that.
I mean, I wouldn't want to do programming there. I would want to do something else then. God, that's insane. I'm just. Is Insomniac a public company to put? I'm about to put some money in Insomniac if that's the case, but I want them. It's a wonder how I run this podcast. um, yeah, that's. Oh God, I can't. My brain can't wrap all those games around itself and in itself and outside. That's a lot of games.
Your brain is wrapping around it.
Year after year, though. My God, we're looking at CD Projekt Red that are just they take 17 billion years to make one game and it comes out as a piece of garbage. And these guys are making year after year, sometimes 3 or 4 games in 1 year, and they all come out to be masterpieces. What's wrong with these people? Oh my God!
They know how to
All
stay
right,
organized, for sure.
Or yeah,
A lot of companies
organization.
don't
Are
know, I
there
think.
robots working over there or something? That's why it's the 69th best place to work in the U.S.
What does robots have to do anything?
No.
You got it.
Um. While he's looking that up, yeah. Let me go into the next one here. So just going off of the actually, you know what? I'll talk about this one even though I hate it. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. They have a name for the DLC now in the 2022 game. So it's called the Meteor DLC. The name of this big giant DLC is still being finalized. It may be Meteor, it may be Ragnarok, which would be very. It's called Ragnarok. I want to go burn there. I'm putting out a SWAT call on
Whoa.
them.
Whoa.
And um, apparently meteors play an important role in both Ivar's and Odin's story and in gameplay. It'll feature Iceland and other Norse realms of Vanaheim, Alfheim. Oh my God, how do you pronounce that one?
Got this, I believe.
Svartalfheim
Spilefime and
and
fun.
Nidavellir, Niflheim, and Helheim. Oh yeah, I figured out Niflheim because of God of War, but yeah, I focused on. You know, if here's my next thing: if Insomniac made that many games at that point in time, there is almost a guarantee they're making the Infamous collection. If they're able to pump out, if they even. No, wait a second. If
Still
they
trying to
pump
figure out the
out
crunch.
Ratchet and Clank and then Spider-Man and they are and they're owned by Sony now. They're most definitely making Infamous collect. Are you kidding me? Because they would take it from them and make it better. No, no. Listen to me. Because they're Sucker Punch has got to make Ghost of Tsushima. They're busy with everything. Insomniac can take that off their plate and make that. They're 100% making it. I guarantee you that. So I owe you $1 trillion. Go make a lot of money. Um, Focused on Odin's journeys across 9 realms after the death of Baldur, in development by a team at Sophia and a few other support studios. Isn't that following the same thing as God of War? Oh, okay, all right. Will be the biggest DLC for Assassin's Creed yet, and is not a standalone, but part of a season pass. Currently looking to cost $40. Will be announced at Ubisoft Forward on June 12th. Was initially going to launch this winter, but is likely being pushed back to early 2022 due to delays internally on Wrath of the Druids and Siege of Paris. Final release date will be solidified by May 10th and is based on potential changes in release dates for other titles. Muspelheim artwork is from pre-release when several other realms were cut and are being brought back for DLC. Sophia is still leading a much bigger project for a cross-gen release in late 2022, backed up by Montpellier and Annecy, among other support studios. It was originally pitched as a unique King Richard game, but was morphed into a knight-based game during the 100-Year War. So I remember covering that one with the rumor back, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago with the 100-Year War and the knight-based Assassin's Creed game. I still hate this franchise, and I hate Ubisoft, and I hate everything about this. The only thing that spoke to me was Ragnarok. That Valhalla is all about the Norse mythology in that game, correct? That's the period they're in, the Vikings and all that? Okay. Listen, all I see is Assassin's Creed doo-doo, terrible vomit, garbage. I thought you said you weren't looking anything up.
I'm reading them.
You gotta research if Insomniac's gonna make the Infamous collection. No, you're right. I just messed it up with Sucker Punch and Insomniac. That's my actual fault. Any thoughts on this garbage game and its DLC and its 2022? Yeah, that is a piece of trash. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, I think just don't buy the game, Adam. Just don't buy Assassin's Creed games anymore. You don't need to. It's a garbage game. Stop buying it. What? Why? Yes, I remember that. I don't know why, but oh my god. You might as well just take the same 140 hours, go to the casino and waste all your money over there.
First of all, if it took you
Yes.
140 hours to go through all your money in a casino, I think you're doing pretty damn well.
Yeah, you know,
I don't even think you have to buy drinks, to be honest. But anyway, all right. So after like perusing some articles and things, I can't really get a lot of specifics. It doesn't really seem like they have crunch issues, but some takeaways. Um, Sony, they've always like worked closely with Sony, and Sony has always been good about like giving them extra time, basically, if they need extra time, and they understand that like Ted Price cares about his employees and is like, no, 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 we can't like work these people to death because like that's not right. So we just need more time, and we'll give you a quality product. And Sony's basically like, yeah. um, but then on top of that, it seems to be much more of um, an open floor when it comes to just working there based on like some of the articles where like people have interviewed him on these topics, he makes it sound like they are a team, and that everyone, if there's questions, concerns, if like people see like a possible problem coming up, just bring it up. Let's talk about it. Let's discuss it. Let's figure out how we're gonna get around it and tackle it. And even when like people interview him and say like, hey, when is it time to like just pull the escape rope or whatever they call it for whatever reason and just like abandon a project? He's like, no, never. We don't abandon projects. Like if we start something, we're gonna finish it. You just gotta like pull levers and make choices and figure out which things you can still like do and then do those even better than before and make sure that you make a quality product. So, mm-hmm. Right. Well, I mean, in the
Yeah.
video game development world, you really do need to. You developers need to understand that they are just that. It's not about the individual. Well, I mean, it is about the individuals, but like you're all one body, and you need everybody on their A game. So like, you really got to have everybody collaborating with each other, and the CEOs and higher ups need to listen to their employees and understand that like they have a social life that they need to try to somehow maintain while doing all this and not be worked to death. Otherwise, your product is going to suffer heavily.
I feel like this is a much easier explanation and just a much more clean cut explanation or just reasoning. I think.
All right, yeah, yeah, right, yeah.
You know, I listen. I'll work for them part time. Like I said, I just need to be like a janitor over there. That's all I got to do. Uh, Isn't it the same thing?
Yeah.
You know,
Come on.
uh,
Oh my God.
you're a custodial officer, okay? All right. Anyway,
Ooh.
this is my last one
Anyway.
that I'm going to go on to. So since we had the board game talk today,
Oh
apparently
boy.
there's a Metal Gear announcement that's supposed to be happening soon. I think it's next week or the week after. Because they had, I think it was Konami had put out a tweet that's saying, "Stay tuned for some news." And they had a picture of one of the Metal Gear Solid things. It's going to be a board game, probably. That's one of the rumors that are coming out here. They have an image for the board game that apparently is going to be. It says
Do they
Metal
have
Gear
any
Solid
companies?
Psycho Mantis Battle. Companies. IDW. What the
Never
heck
heard
is
of
that?
them.
Game by Adam B. Metal B. and Pete Walsh. Who's Pete Walsh? No, it's a bit it's a bit blurry. It was a bit blurry to read, and I was trying to kind of zoom in and read it, and then
Well,
I couldn't decide if it was an
Peter
8
Walsh
or
is a British record producer, so that's not right.
maybe that just could be just.
Oh wait, hold on a minute. Hold on. Hold on. No, no, no. Hold on. Board Game
Also,
Geek has
I'll
an
just
article for this band.
I'll dispel a rumor that was happening as well. Square Enix is not going to be bought. People were saying a rumor about Square Enix wants to be bought, or I don't know. No, there's
By
no.
whom?
I don't know. So they're saying Sony. They were saying Xbox. They were saying a bunch of people were gonna go buy them. It was Bloomberg that reported that, and it's wrong. Bloomberg. All. Oh, and never mind. Bloomberg.
Wait.
Yeah, because I thought this one had Bloomberg in it, like the Bloomberg company, like which one it was, but it didn't have it in there. I apologize.
So,
Sony needs to buy it.
so real quick. Um, Adam B. Metal, Pete Walsh departed from IDW Games, and they're supposedly co-designing this board game for Metal Gear. However, this reveal here, or this leak, or whatever you want to call it, comes 2 months after the cancellation of Metal Gear Solid, the board game. So I don't know how this is going to go.
This is shit.
No, no, it could happen because I, depending on who like they had contracted to make their board game or whatever, like they could have seen like an idea and been like, no, no, this isn't happening. Never mind. Oh, hot take.
Maybe Maybe the infamous collection is going to be a board game, and you got to buy backpacks of coal, and then you'll win.
Oh no.
So. All right, guys, we're about two hours almost here. I think this is where we call it. Anybody else have anything they want to talk about before we close out here? No, thought this was fine. What do you mean too long? Oh my, well, all right.
Wow.
I did.
Oh, I see where you're going with that. Okay. I see. You weren't supposed to say that. Nobody was ever supposed to know that he's dead. We're gonna get investigated because people are actually think that we killed him.
Huh.
All right, guys. Oh God, I didn't even. Okay, I'll look at it after this. Yeah. All right, guys. We'll see you guys again next Tuesday, same time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard. Everybody stay safe out there and don't do anything stupid. Wear a mask, and we'll see you guys on twitch.tv/craftingachat. Also, YouTube, youtube.com/starting too late. See you guys next week.
Bye.
He just, he just keeps, he just keeps killing him.